Can you share a little bit about Little Bottom's free store? I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So my wife and I, so first off, I got to say the fact that there's still churches that don't let women be pastors. Like, what in the world's going on? I'm married to a pastor, and she's a church planter as well, Alyssa Graves. And so we planted Central City, which became City View, together. So we planted a church in a slightly more affluent neighborhood, but then we ended up living in an under-resourced neighborhood that was just separated by a river and an interstate. So very typical urban environment. You got an inner suburb and you got a under-resourced neighborhood that was literally known as the Bottoms. It's Franklinton. It's the original downtown of Columbus. And then there was a flood because it's a floodplain. That's why it was called the Bottoms. You couldn't even fix up houses because of insurance until about 2001 when they built the flood wall. So, I mean, this is hundreds of years of neglect. And we moved there, bought this fixer-upper and fixed up this house, and knew that while we were planning a church in the affluent neighborhood to our north, that we wanted to be good neighbors where we live. So we started getting to know what was going on in the neighborhood. And there was this citywide effort around reducing infant mortality. Our infant mortality rates were ridiculously high, which means infant mortality being the rate at which a child dies before they turn one. And children were dying in our neighborhood and in other neighborhoods in our city at an unacceptable rate before they turned one. And so there was some community stakeholders involved in holding these community baby showers and community first birthdays as a way to raise awareness and stuff. They're exactly as they sound. They are a baby shower for like 100 moms who wouldn't otherwise get a baby shower. They're a first birthday party for like 100 one-year-olds who otherwise wouldn't get a birthday party. And we showed up. People don't realize this, but one of the best, easiest ways to get your foot in the door and just become a legitimate partner was we offered to be the fiscal agent for these parties, which means the city gave us money and then we spent it. That opened up a lot of doors and opportunities. And next thing you know, we had people giving donations of baby clothes. We had 2 diaper banks that had access to diapers. And we had a church that was kind of on its way of closing in our neighborhood, not where we were planting a church, but a church building that was kind of struggling. We had volunteers from the church that we planted. So this is basic asset-based community organizing. You're not creating anything, you're just organizing it. The resources already exist. We had baby clothes, diapers, building, and we had volunteers. So we're like, okay. So we opened up a Little Bottoms free store. Little Bottoms, of course, being a play off of our neighborhood. Our neighborhood, if you can imagine a nickname like the Bottoms, some people love it, some people hate it. But enough of our volunteers loved it who were stakeholders in the community. We went with that. And we launched Little Bottoms Free Store probably about 6 years ago, and it outgrew our church, and it's its own nonprofit and doing phenomenal things. They serve thousands of mothers and families throughout Central Ohio every month. And it's as simple as pulling together the right pieces and building the thing. So that's what I love that. Church planting, launching a free store, launching a violence reduction fund. It's all the same thing. It's, okay, what already exists? How do we bring it together in a creative way? Done. Now this thing is making a difference in the world, and it wasn't before.